You were lying in bed at 2 a.m., staring at the ceiling, agonizing over a tiny, passing comment you made hours ago. A hot flush of shame washes over you as you replay the exact moment you hesitated in the conversation. You keep analyzing the interaction, wondering why you couldn't deliver a simple, normal answer in the moment. These moments of hesitation often lead to labels like chronic overthinker, insecure, or too sensitive. The common solution offered for these traits is to toughen up, develop a thicker skin, and stop taking things so personally. This advice assumes the brain is malfunctioning, but it misses a critical detail about how your nervous system is actually built. The specific mechanics of this mental loop actually suggest a high-performance system executing a complex series of computations. To understand this, we have to look at a biological trait known as sensory processing sensitivity, which dictates how the nervous system receives and organizes information. This chart shows how a neurotypical brain optimizes for energy conservation. It filters social and environmental data into a standard, low-resolution format, allowing for quick, efficient reactions to a few basic signals. For a highly sensitive person, the hardware is wired to capture a massive volume of microdetails. This is the 8K brain, a system that processes every interaction with extreme depth. That awkward pause in a conversation is the brain executing a pause-to-check strategy. It stops the forward flow of the interaction to compare current data against deep archival memories. This process is called deep semantic encoding. Your brain is running rapid predictive simulations to analyze hidden meanings and forecast potential outcomes. The 2 a.m. loop is the biological energy cost of these simulations, as your mind searches for the most effective way to navigate the situation. Processing data in 8K resolution requires an enormous amount of energy. If this trait didn't offer a specific survival advantage, natural selection likely would have phased it out millennia ago. In ancient survival contexts, tribes relied on fast, aggressive members to take immediate physical action when hunting or defending territory. However, a group consisting entirely of impulsive actors would be prone to rushing blindly into environmental hazards or missed social cues from neighboring groups. The group needed a Vanguard of Awareness, individuals whose 8K radar could detect subtle environmental shifts or read the hidden intentions of others before a crisis began. High sensitivity persisted because it acted as a sophisticated early warning system that increased the survival rate of the entire collective. The modern world is generally optimized for fast, shallow processing, a pace suited for those built for rapid-fire reactions. Biologists distinguish between resilient dandelions, who can thrive in almost any setting, and orchids, who require specific environmental conditions to reach their full potential. Forcing an orchid brain to match the pace of a dandelion world leads to a state where the internal RAM is consistently overfilled by too much incoming data. The exhaustion of social overstimulation is a predictable outcome of high-resolution hardware attempting to operate in an environment that doesn't account for its processing needs. Since biological hardware cannot be rewired, the solution lies in deliberately engineering the environment you inhabit. One method for managing social data is the pause protocol. This involves using a standard response to new requests. "Let me check my capacity and get back to you." This specific phrasing creates the time necessary for the brain to finish its simulations without the pressure of an immediate reaction. A second approach is the use of a restorative niche, a physical space like a quiet room or a parked car, where all incoming data is cut off. 5 minutes in this space with no screen time allows the nervous system to return to its baseline, preventing a total crash later in the day. When you align your environment with your biology, you stop struggling with a perceived defect and begin to utilize the actual power of your 8K brain.